Otherwise, we have an in-game PowerPoint that we can walk through.
Did the in-game PowerPoint also take you like 14 hours to get right?
No, well, it was perhaps what took me the longest to troubleshoot because the Ace slideshow module is broken and doesn't work, period.
Oh, I had the
I
issue.
wouldn't use.
I didn't know we had a slideshow thing when I did mine, so I ended up.
Who the fuck is shooting at me?
I had to individually export slides,
Hmm.
and if you didn't change the file name, it wouldn't update in game. That was a long weekend.
I'm gonna tuck my chair and rotate it in the background.
All right. Well, with all that said, welcome to the Medic's Guide to Medical. This is to make sure that you can do your utmost as a medic, so that way, whatever casualty you come across has the best chance of survival here. I've noticed in session that sometimes people don't exactly know what the next step is when they're doing medical, and this seminar is just really just supposed to help encourage your confidence in your abilities. With that intro out of the way, we'll give a quick rundown. This is really an intermediate guide. This is more meant to be like, the basics of Ace Medical, aka stop the bleed, replace the fluids, wake the dude up, or leave him to the medic. This is meant to be the next step after that, where it talks about like, okay, your infantryman has maybe stabilized the person, or you're there on site and stabilizing them, and then this will be, where to go from there. To start with, we will talk about the responsibilities of a medic. So a medic's responsibilities can be summarized in 5 quick steps here, or rather 6 quick steps here. 0 is kind of just like a thing that you should be doing anyway as an infantry, as a basic infantryman, or combat lifesaver, whichever term you prefer. And that's securing the scene. So the biggest important thing about bodies, both in real life and in Arma, is that bodies make bodies. So if you see a person who's down in the middle of the street, that usually means that somebody shot them, and if you walk out there, that means somebody's going to shoot you. So make sure you secure the scene, and we'll go a little bit more in depth on that later down the slides. The next step is, once you have secured the scene, is to retrieve the casualty. So this means don't start treating them out in the open, out in the middle of the road after you secure the scene, because who knows when the next fire team comes rolling down, right? The goal here is to, if they can be moved immediately based upon the assessment, the really quick glance that you give them, move them to somewhere safe, somewhere that you can treat them, preferably behind hardcover. Concealment works too, but it's not good for your longevity. Once you have retrieved the casualty, the next step is to do a full assessment of the casualty. So this means, preferably, as a medic, you'll press the H menu or whatever you have the ACE full menu, medical menu bound to pull up the casualties menu and understand what's actually wrong with them, right? Whether or not they have full-blown limbs torn off, or if they've just got a little bit of a boo-boo that knocked them uncon, Once you've assessed the casualty, this means that you can actually start doing work on the body, and that's the next responsibility on the list here, which is stopping the bleed. This is pretty much the same as every infantryman's responsibility. Stopping the bleed takes priority. If it's a limb, tourniquet, otherwise bandage. Once you have stopped the bleed, the next responsibility here, or maybe the responsibility, these are kind of at the same time, dependent on how skilled you are, is to stabilize the pulse. This means that if they're in cardiac arrest, you're checking them to make sure that they are, they don't have a heart rate, and then doing CPR to them and applying fluids and stuff like that. Which conveniently leads us to the next step, of administering the fluids, actually administering them. So fluids can only be administered to the limbs and stuff like that, or sorry, just the limbs, not the body or the head. And so as a result, this would be the step to apply that. Any questions about responsibilities so far? There's a bit more of responsibilities that should be listed, but that goes a bit beyond the scope of just this simple medical tutorial. There's stuff that you are supposed to do as a squad medic that supports your leader, essentially, and there's even more responsibilities that you have as a platoon medic, but we'll leave that for a later class. Okay, we'll move on to equipment here. So you probably all already know the basic equipment loadout, and since you're all medics, you can actually check your own equipment here by looking in your backpack via the inventory. But you've got 3 main groupings of equipment within your backpack or within your equipment load. The first one, probably the most important one, is triage. So this includes, but is not limited to, smoke grenades, tourniquets, and bandages. These are all things that can help you secure the casualty, retrieve the casualty, and stop the bleed. These are your mainline tools that you will always be using. You'll notice that the bandages have a little bit of a subliner here, and that's just because you do actually have two types of bandages in your backpack. The big thing to note is that elastics are just the best bandages that you have access to. They will fix any wound and every wound quickly and efficiently, while the packing bandages are kind of lesser bandages. They won't quite do the job, but you have a lot of them, so they can, fill in at least at that point. The next grouping of equipment is when you've stabilized the patient. So when we've talked about after you've assessed them, after you've stopped the bleed, the next steps are saline and epinephrine. This is applying the fluids and waking the casualty up. And this stuff is how you actually get the casualty, back into the fight. Finally, post-casualty. So this is once you've completed your stop the bleed, when you've stabilized the casualty and hit them with the wake-up juice, and then now they've got, any leftover wounds, broken bones, pain, overdosing, stuff like that. I'll talk a little bit about the specific medicines here later on in this slide or even during the practical assessment, but needless to say, ACE Medical is actually pretty realistic in this aspect where you can OD on the specific medicines that you give a person. So just keep that in the back of your mind when you're treating casualties. Okay, so now that we've gone over responsibilities and equipment, we'll talk about understanding and interpreting as well as providing medical calls across the net. So up on the board here, or up on the screen here, we've got essentially what is a basic infantryman's understanding of what a medical call should look like. And it's just three main categories: location, preferably medic relative, casualty type and urgency, and threat level of the security zone around the casualty. You can see some examples that have been marked out here beneath. These are the type of calls that you'll traditionally see or typically see. You may, although in a lot of circumstances, you may actually just hear, "Hey, Alpha 1 needs you," in which case it's up to your interpretation. Preferably at that point, you can, if you don't feel confident enough, you can always ask and requisition more information from whoever's making the call, like, is the casualty stable? What's the security look like? Et cetera, et cetera. But most of the time, this will be the information that gets you moving. Okay, this is just an infantryman's call. We'll talk about medical and medics calls around the net and up and down the net. So for a medic, your goal here is, again, sort of similar. The three main topics here: casualty type and urgency has been moved up to 1 instead of down at 2. Location, medic relative is also good, and threat level. The reason why casualty type and urgency has been moved up in comparison to the infantry medical call is because of the concept of a mass casualty, or also known as a MASCAS. So it's important when you're calling around the medical net, if you have access to a medical net, or even if you're on platoon, to notify the size, because that'll determine whether or not other medics head towards you, or if just the platoon medic is heading towards you. Otherwise, the information is pretty similar, maybe a little bit more in-depth, since as a medic, you should have a little bit more time to pass information down the net. But otherwise, we've got some examples here of what the calls would look like. And you can see in the basic structure: casualty type and urgency, relative location, and the threat level. Well, no location in this first one, but contextual it would be on Alpha Medic. Something to note is, talking about the MASCAS really quick, going back to that, if you have a MASCAS, which typically constitutes 3 or more casualties in our group, although I would even go up to say 5 or more is a MASCAS as opposed to 3, that's when you have priority on the net. If you start your message with MASCAS, so you do the whole rigmarole: platoon medic, this is Charlie medic, MASCAS, that'll grab everybody's attention on the net and will have people start running towards you. So use that with that in the back of your mind. Okay, now that we've talked about some of the calls that you might make and might hear, let's take a look at some of the actual stuff that you'll be seeing when you're doing medical stuff. So up on the screen here, you've got your basic medical menu. This is what happens when you press H, and if you guys want to press H now, you'll see your own medical menu here. But what this all is very simple, and we'll even the nice little graphics here that Quiz has supplied me with breaks it down for you pretty easily. The main ones that you need to pay attention to is this overview section over here, as well as the current state. The current state describes what wounds are actually on the body at that given time. And then the overview includes the blood volume, which is very important if you want your casualty to live and or survive past your immediate triage. Up at the top left is your context menu, stuff like actions that you can actually take on the patient and or on yourself. And we'll talk through some of the menus there once we get to the practical section. Something to note is that Ace Medical includes a triage tag. As a medic, and in our gameplay, at least in Bourbon Warfare, you probably will not need to use this. It's cool if you do. It's nice if you do. You can also do some funny pranks if you set them to deceased, but otherwise, it's not relevant to the seminar at hand. Finally, you've got past examinations. Past examinations here describe what other medics have taken, what other medic actions have been taken in the past on that person. So, for example, if they were near Charlie medic and Charlie medic's dealing with them, and you're Alpha medic, and they go down again, you can check to see if they've administered epinephrine to them in the past and how long it's been since then. Okay, medical menus all good. Any questions so far? All right, cool. We'll move on to the status readouts. So the context menu, or the status menu that we were talking about before. The big thing to remember is more redder is more deader. AKA, if the wounds are a darker color, that means that person is fucked up. And that is bad for their health. Essentially, treat the largest wounds if possible first, because the slower parts will lead slower. Of course, if you have the time, or if you're so inclined, tourniquet limbs first, because that's pretty quick, and then treat the largest wounds. But that's contextual. We'll in our practical examination or practical section here, we'll run you through the rigmarole on how to determine which one's priority. Otherwise, broken limbs will describe themselves with a broken red bone rather. You've probably seen that in your own experiences. Blue means bruises. Just like the board says here, bruises don't matter. Don't worry about them. They kind of matter, actually, but they don't matter in the context of this seminar. As an aside, bruises lower your overall health of the character, so the patient is more likely to die instantaneously because their overall health is lower if they have more bruises on their body. You can't fix bruises, so that's why I said it's not relevant, but in case you need to know. Okay, moving on from the status menu, we'll talk about the context menu here. So we mentioned the context menu back on the slide with the whole menu here. Context menu is pretty simple. This just describes all of the actions that you can potentially take on a casualty. Some of them might be grayed out depending on the wounds on each limb, or even depending on where on the body you've selected. Like for example, if you select a limb, you cannot perform CPR, which is underneath the advanced treatment menu, because for obvious reasons, CPR is on the chest. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, some important actions for you to pay attention to is underneath the identifier or the examine tab is check pulse, check blood pressure, and check response. Those are your two of those, check pulse and response, are your bread and butter as a medic. Response will tell you, well, we'll go over response in a second, but response tells you essentially a lot of information about the casualty itself, and pulse will describe whether or not they're in cardiac, which is important. Otherwise, you've got your bandages and fractures menu, which is, bandaging and fracturing. Advanced, which we talked about, which was CPR specifically, I believe. I think it's also where you pat out flames, but it's just better to roll if you're on fire. Thank you, Quiz. And then the medical menu, or the medicine menu is where you'll apply morphine, epinephrine, naloxone, and what's the other one?
Adenosine.
Adenosine, that's the one. And then finally on the far right, you have the self-patient toggle. In case you get shot while treating the patient, you can tab to yourself without having to exit the menu and look away from them. And then finally, the drag carry menu. You can also bind, drag, carry to keybinds, which means that you can very quickly, without having to fiddle with their interaction menu on the center of their body, grab them and move them away. But that is at the medic's discretion to bind. Okay, context menu over. We'll move on to the assessment. Determining death. So when assessing the casualty, so once you've secured the zone, once you've retrieved the casualty, and now you need to assess the casualty, the best way to do that is to select the patient's head, and then underneath the examination menu, which will be like a little interact there, you have the option to check response. We mentioned this previously. This is the best way to do it. Previously, you had to interpret the wording that it would give you, but with recent updates, it will just tell you straight up whether or not the patient is unconscious, whether or not they're fucked up, or in cardiac, or if they're straight up dead. You no longer need to remember the exact wording. Finally, there was a new thing added with the ACE update, I think like a year ago, which is a check why unconscious option. If you are ever in doubt about why somebody is not waking up, check why unconscious is your best tool to figure out exactly why somebody's still down. It could tell you whether or not they have low blood volume, in which case you need to give them more saline. If they'll wake up eventually, in which case, if you haven't already applied epinephrine, you'll apply epinephrine. Or if they're in cardiac, in which case, do CPR. Any questions so far? Okay, we'll move on here. Here's some miscellaneous stuff, specifically water. Water's bad for you. In Arma especially, water kind of fucking sucks. So you'll drown in 80 seconds after being submerged. So that means if you're not clear view when peeking your head out of the water, you're still in the drowning state or in the swimming state. Being removed from the water for even a second will restart that 80-second timer. Note that while underwater, you can't be shot, or at least not easily or readily. They can shoot like your head peeking up above the water, and it'll do damage, I think, down to half a meter, right?
I tested it by laying in a shallow beach and full autoing myself as an AI, and I could not do any damage to myself, but this was in 2022, so...
I will add here, it just the ballistics in the water slows down a bunch real fast. So you say half a meter, you say you couldn't full auto yourself. It depends on the bullet and whether ace ballistics is fucking with it or not.
I included this slide originally just as a note for TVTs, like, don't go prone in the water and try and become invincible. Like, don't game it, because this slideshow was originally intended for riflemen.
I see. With all that said, very good information. Thank you both. You can burn in water. Ace allows you to catch fire and burn, as we've seen in a TVT or two if you've been around. Pilots and crashed birds who have hopped out of their birds have burned to death in the water. So
RIP Justin.
yeah, pay attention to that. That can be very fucking dangerous. Finally, AI cannot drown. AI cannot drown. Be careful about that.
They do.
Oh, they do? AI can drown.
Yeah.
Well,
Correction.
they didn't 3 years ago. Fuck.
They did. If you leave AI in the water for that full time, they suck at getting their head above finally, so they'll just drown. They'll just die. Depends on how choppy the water is, but yeah.
Interesting. AI can drown. Update. AI can drown. All right. So now we've gone over the water stuff. We'll talk about blood volume a little bit here. So blood volume is kind of one of the most important parts about doing medicing. This will be how you get casualties back from the brink of death, right? Low blood volume or no blood volume means that the casualty is probably going to die, or is in cardiac arrest at least. So anything above that is savable and or doable. As you can see here in this very nice graphic, very simple graphic, the colors of the blood volume readout correspond to their status. If they've only lost some blood, they're fine. They could probably make it another uncon or two without needing some serious medicing. You should probably still top them up with a 250 milliliter bag of saline, but if you don't have the time, they're probably fine. Beneath that is lost a lot of blood, which is manageable, but you definitely want to give them something because their next uncon will, depending on the wounds that they have, may rapidly lead them to cardiac arrest. Finally, you've got a large amount of blood and a fatal amount of blood. These two are the danger zones. As you can see here, you need untrained support, so you might grab an infantryman who's around you, maybe doing security, and tell them to do CPR while you're pumping blood into them. And then finally at the bottom, it's kind of scary. If you don't have a medic around you, as noted by the asterisk here, they're pretty much dead unless the medic gets to them immediately.
I have a question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's say let's say I am fully conscious, but I am at the large amount or lost a fatal amount of blood, and I start going up a slight incline. Does that affect me in any way? Do I?
Absolutely, Gorstock. Thank you for bringing that point up. If you are at a large amount or a fatal amount of blood and you are running around, ACE simulates your heart rate. So if your heart rate gets too high, you will immediately drop into uncon and cardiac arrest. We've even seen this in the most recent TVT with Cornball specifically, where he was heavily wounded and had lost a large amount of blood and then started sprinting and got about 5 meters before falling uncon and cardiac because of that. So if you are in the red zone, do not sprint, do not make sudden movements, be very careful about your heart rate. You may just fall into cardiac immediately and die. Does that answer your question, Gorstog?
That does. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
Okay.
just as a note, if somebody is on, like, lost a large amount, and you hit them with epinephrine, epinephrine raises heart rate the same way that running does. So everything Chesh said about don't run also applies to don't give a patient epinephrine when they're on that amount.
Oh yeah. Yep, exactly. In fact, I'll even expand on that a little bit. The zones that you should be applying epinephrine, 100% of the time, if you have an unconscious casualty and they've only lost some blood, like after you've given them saline or something like that, hit them with epi. Unless they've already been hit with epi. Always hit those guys with epi. They'll wake up pretty recently. If they're in a lot in the orange zone, feed them saline and then hit them with epi, and they'll probably be fine. Everything beneath that, quizzes advice stands. Okay. If we have nothing further, we'll move on to the next slide here. Triaging. This is based upon an infantryman, but it's pretty simple. Tourniquets first, bandages next, heart rate, CPR if you need it, if they're in cardiac, and then move patient. Although move patient can be shifted anywhere after TQs, depending on the wound location and where it's done. Triage is pretty simple though. Is there any need to explain triage any further?
While you're running to your casualty, tell the fire team to do triage, because a lot of our fire team members either don't know how or don't think about it in the moment. And the difference between showing up to a casualty that has lost a lot of blood and that has lost a fatal amount of blood is if the fire team has done triage themselves. So you will do your own triage when you arrive as a medic, but please also verbally encourage your fire team members to stabilize and move them before you get there.
Yes, absolutely. Very good input right there. Okay, we'll move on to bleeding here. So we've talked about more redder, more deader. This applies in this zone specifically. Again, if you've got a limb wound that's red as hell, TQ that thing. TQ that thing, and then move on to the next biggest wound on the body. You might even come into a situation, and we might get it in the practical here, where all of the limbs are messed up, and then you've also got a body wound, in which case your goal is to tourniquet every limb, fix the body, and then fix one limb so that way you can pump blood into them, because we'll talk about how saline is administered here shortly. This portion is kind of a holdover from the infantry guide here, but if you do have a buddy around you, they can be very helpful, especially if you're not getting shot and don't need security. Having a second buddy helping you administer CPR, bandaging, etc., just means that the person gets faster into the battle. Finally, looting medical, approved. Do it if you can find it. You never know when you need more bandages.
And be proactive about offering medical to your fire team members and or ordering them to loot medical if you pass a lot of dead EI. They will forget, and it will become your problem when they fall unconscious and they need to use your medical.
Oh yeah. Okay, bandages. We talked a little bit about how elastic bandages and packing bandages are different, and how the elastic bandages are the best bandages in the game versus your packing bandages, which is your second-rate bandages and filler bandages, essentially. Elastic bandages are, I think, as of the Ace Medical rewrite, better than packing bandages in velocity, puncture, and avulsions now. Um, but if you are low on elastic bandages and you do need to to prioritize, packing bandages will do the do for those wounds particularly. All right, we're almost at the end of the slideshow here, and we'll move on to the practical shortly. But before we do that, we'll talk about heart rate. Heart rate is important because this will determine whether or not your casualty is in cardiac arrest and whether or not they need CPR and whether or not they're going to die shortly. The typical order of operations is that you want to measure it after you've been able to fix all the wounds, because if they're in cardiac and their wounds aren't bandaged, they're still bleeding out and are probably going to continue to die even if you're pumping saline into them and doing CPR. It's kind of hard, depending on the wound type especially, to put as much blood back into them as is bleeding out. The holes are always bigger going out. Finally, always measure on the chest. We've alluded to this several times over the course of this PowerPoint, but if you have TQ to limb, that precludes you or prevents you from administering saline through that limb. The TQ cuts off all things, including circulation, which is why we say always measure on the chest. Because if you measure the heartbeat or heart rate on a TQ'd limb, it'll be 0, because there's no blood pumping into that limb, because you've cut off the blood supply with the tourniquet. So always measure on the chest if you can help it. Important note, none does not mean dead. This just means that they're in cardiac arrest, in which case they need immediate CPR and immediate saline to get them out of the red zone. When in doubt, do CPR. Note that during CPR, the pulse will be listed as weak, or I think it's slightly above weak now, if I remember correctly.
It's
But
weak if you're not a medic. For medics, it's 33 or 32 beats per minute.
Perfect. Yeah, so if you have somebody who's, if you have an infantryman sitting next to you and they're checking the pulse while you're doing CPR, they're going to be like, he's got a rate. Nope, that's just you doing CPR. You'll have to check it once you've canceled CPR or have completed CPR. Finally, with you and the buddy who's next to you, if they're a rifleman or infantryman, alternate CPR and taking pulse, or assign them with doing CPR so that way you can get on with your medical job. Finally, stop when the pulse is strong. So once you've got them out of the red zone in terms of blood volume, you've hit them with epinephrine, and they have a heart rate, you no longer need to continue CPR and breaking the ribs. Any questions about this section so far? Okay.
Oh, wait, actually, I do have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
Gustav.
is it possible to commit, let's say, if it is just you, there is no one around, and CPR needs to be done? Are you able to do both CPR and, do, basic medical stuff at the same time? Can you
No.
alternate between...
So when you're doing, and we'll even during the practical section, you'll see this for yourself. When you're doing CPR, you're locked into a bar, essentially. You've got a timer that's going, and you have to complete that
He
or
means
cancel it.
if you stop CPR, are they going to die instantly, or do you have time in between rounds of CPR to do something else?
Yes, the
That's
latter.
right.
You have time in between.
Okie doke.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about the CPR timer later. I have all the math in a slide here, and I'll ruin your life.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Not
saw that slide. It
again.
was awesome. All right. Did that answer your question, Gorstog?
Yes.
Okay. Cardiac arrest. Speaking of, so if they're in cardiac arrest, this means that they have no pulse while still being alive, and you can use the tools that we spoke about previously: check response, check Y unconscious, checking heart rate, etc., to determine whether or not they have no pulse and are still alive at the same time. Cardiac arrest is notably caused by low blood volume, so in the red zone, and the heart will not start beating until it's past or it's above lost a lot of blood or less, so that's lost some blood threshold. Obviously, this was intended for an infantryman, but task your rifleman to do CPR until you're able to get on site and stuff like that. Note, if you have to stop CPR, let the animation finish, then do something else. Looting, shooting, scooting, etc. Okay. Cardiac arrest more. This is the slide with all the mathematics that Quiz was talking about. I will not go this in depth, but if you want to read through this and ask quiz questions about this, please by all means.
The TLDR is if you do one round of CPR and then do one other medical action and then do another round of CPR, you will outrace the cardiac arrest. Things get dicey when you try to spend more than 10 or 15 seconds doing something else.
Bingo. Yeah, it's a little bit of gambling. It's Uma horse racing for Gorse Dog. All right. Final slide before we move on to the practical. This is quiz color settings. I recommend these. In fact, I've swapped to it, and it's really good. Having good parts be green, like unwounded parts be green, adds a lot of contrast to your interaction menu.
And we can give you the slides so you can copy paste these. You do not have to type them all.
Yes.
Do
Alrighty.
you want us to just paste it in the Discord chat?
Yeah, I can do that once we're finished. Or if
Thank
you
you.
want me, do you want it now rather?
Why don't we just do it now so they can copy it in and get used to it during the?
We'll do it
Yeah.
now. All right.
This part is not mandatory, right?
No,
No.
not at all. You can
It's highly recommended.
if you're colorblind or if you want to change stuff, like all the numbers do what you think they do, you can change them to be anything. So you can have some of the wound colors be green, some of them be red, some of them be blue if you want. It's a full RGB scale.
Roy that BGIV.
Alright, and then once you all are done, let's gather around to the northwest here. These little zones that I have set up. These will be where we practice on test dummies to make sure you actually absorbed what we were talking about on the slides. Hopefully that wasn't too boring for you.
Did someone? Who is doing it right now? Did anyone need help? Cool.
I might if I can't figure this out.
Okay, I believe in you.
Careful, safe start is off. You're actually hitting him.
Nah, he's fine. We have friendly fire damage turned off for
Oh, you're no.
fucking melee. No, it's a server side setting. I'm all
My point
for
stands.
it causing damage. I don't know why we turned it off. It encourages people
I think that exact
like these
reason.
two bozos. It's Classic's fault, actually.
I would beat the shit out
think
of
I got
Chorus
it.
Dog and Cornball if I could. Also, this pistol felt low.
How you can tell if it worked is if you press H to open up your medical menu, your dude should be green. Or your
I'm
gal should be
green.
green. Yeah.
Oh, indeed, I would die.
Alrighty. Who wants to go first? Well, we got two bays, but we'll go with one first. So that way everybody can watch first. Quiz,
I will
do you want to
sacrifice.
demonstrate?
Yeah, sure.
Never mind.
All right,
All right.
so the casualty is going to appear. Everybody run up and open the medical menu, and then I'll start once everybody's opened it.
How big of a casualty do you want? I've got 4 levels. 4 is cardiac arrest level.
Do 4. I'll do this quick.
Alrighty. Casualty number 4. We'll see if this works.
Okay. So we run up, we go prone so we don't get shot. We open the medical menu. Their left arm is the worst off. Apply a tourniquet there. I am not checking the heart rate yet because they will bleed out faster than the cardiac arrest timer will kill them. I tourniquet the other arm because in ACE, arms bleed faster than legs. This is the opposite in real life. They have 2 medium tears on their head, which is 1 or 2 bandages away, so I'm just going to bandage that now. An elastic bandage takes about 3 seconds, so not a lot of time lost. I select the chest. I immediately do a round of CPR due to the low blood volume. If at this point the scene wasn't secure, if we were getting shot at or engaged, I would end CPR, or I would let the animation end, and then I would drag this person away. I'm assuming we're safe here, so I'm going to click on their head, click response, and we're going to see what they come up with. They are in cardiac arrest. So at this point, if one of you could start doing CPR, please, that'd be great, and call out your name when you start.
Oh,
Got it.
Oh dear, I stopped it. Okay, I've got it.
Okay, Wahoo's on CPR. Something that I struggle with as a medic is knowing which of the riflemen around me are doing what, so having them say their name when they start is super helpful. This patient had a leg free, so I immediately ran 1,000 into that leg. I'm now going to elastic bandage the left leg, pull the tourniquet off, and then I'm going to put another 500 into that leg. The reason I'm doing a 1000 and then a 500 instead of two 1000s is because as a medic, you are only given 2 times 1000s, and I want to save the other one in case I have another cardiac before I can get resupply. This is one of the sort of meta things you've got to think about as a medic, is how much blood you have in your backpack and how far away your nearest resupply is. I try and assume that I'm not getting resupply, so I will ration my blood pretty heavily. All right.
Also, something to note in addition to that, Quiz ran it in either leg instead of just the same leg because they both go at the same time.
Yes, I have graphs somewhere of number of blood pouches, like milliliters per second. It's all really nerdy, but point being, each limb is independent in terms of speed. So if you put 1 bag into each limb, they'll get 4 times as much blood. Okay, they are on lost a lot of blood, so I am checking response, and they are unconscious. So Wahoo, you can cancel CPR or you can finish it out. Doesn't really matter. You won't blow up their heart with only 1 or 2 extra rounds of CPR. At this
Note,
point,
while we're waiting for Quiz, go ahead and you check their head and do the check why unconscious. It'll tell you why they are still stuck in uncon. Oh, he's awake now. Never mind.
Oh my god.
they woke up a little faster than I think a player necessarily would, but welcome back.
Yeah.
Honest. Once the rifleman stops CPR, it is good to verbally thank them and tell them what to do. So, thank you, Wahoo, go pull security or whatever, because otherwise the rifleman will stand here like a puppy waiting for you to acknowledge them.
That's true. That's what I do.
And it's great because it means they don't like run off when you need them. But it also means you can accidentally tie up an entire color team by focusing entirely on the casualty and not talking to the people around you.
Absolutely, and that's from experience right there. That's experience stalking. All right, cool. That is a finished casualty. Did that all make sense? I know Gorstock missed some of that, but I believe
missed all of
Gorstock can do by.
Who just
or can
executed
learn by
the-
doing.
Do you want to bring back the unconscious just so I can look at the Y in response? Because I've never seen Y unconscious
Yeah,
in menu before.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Vacate
Ow.
the square really quick.
Ow!
Oh, I got you, Classic. 1 sec.
I'm moving
Why don't-
away from here.
Vacate the square. I'll do a type 3 casualty, so this won't be an immediate cardiac, but they will be pretty wounded. So if you look at the head and interact with it outside of the medical menu, you'll get a check Y unconscious option, and this will literally tell you the exact reason why they are still unconscious.
Oh.
Wait, so where do you
okay.
see this?
Up at the
In
head,
Ace
Ace
Interact
interact.
with their head.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I
You have
didn't
to
know
be a
that.
little bit closer, Gorstog. Up at the
I
head.
thought
Oh
you
my
meant
God.
inside the medical menu itself. It was
No.
Oh
yeah,
my
unfortunately,
God.
it's not available inside the medical menu for some reason.
And does
Alright.
that only work for medics?
No, it
Works
works
for
for everybody.
I
Oh
will-
my
I
God.
will
Classic.
note,
Treat.
yeah, classic run the casualty.
Oh my lord. I guess. So
Gorstock,
I
get
didn't
over
have
here
my
so you
rifle
can
out.
you
That's
can pay
unfortunate.
attention. Classic, if you would
Prone.
say what you're doing as you're doing that, so that way Gorstock can get. Oh, he's awake.
I'm
Oh my
tourniqueting limbs first off, and then working on head because it has 2. Elastic bandage. And going chest, elastic bandage. And then since it's lost a lot of blood, I'm going to put 500 into his open leg. He's not unconscious, so I don't need to check why unresponsive, and I'm not worried about him being in cardiac at all because he has a lot of blood.
You are correct about the blood thing, but be careful. I've seen cardiacs in Lost a lot. Somehow, I don't know if it's supposed to happen, but it can, and it scares me.
Okay. Elastic bandaging his tourniqueted leg.
Maybe they're like near the threshold.
Oh,
between the
was
two.
that because of my medical settings? That might have been because of my fucked up mission medical
I'm
settings.
not certain, but I know like overdoses can also trigger that sort of behavior. So
Yes. Oh.
Cardiac is the heart fucking up and stopping, which
yeah,
usually in Ace is just because you're out of blood, but also some other things that are less
I never would.
common because
So-
you're usually just losing blood.
Once Classic's done with this character, I'll talk about morphine or overdoses on medicine.
Done.
All right. At this point, we neglected it because I think I spoke over Quiz, but you would typically address the casualty and be like, hey, do you need pain management? Because depending on the level of wounds that they've sustained, they might be really, really in pain,
Yeah.
and their painkiller packets will not suffice.
They're just in pain now, so I would ask if they wanted morphine, but
Yep, or the painkillers if you get access to those as well.
yes.
You want
All right,
drugs.
Quiz, if you do the honors. All right.
This is just like Escape.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wahoo, back
All
up
right.
a bit. Yeah, there you go.
So before we move on to the next casualty, and I open the floor for everybody because we've got 2 stations here, and we'll have 2 medics per. Overdosing. So if I remember correctly, morphine, the overdose limit is 4. If I remember correctly, once you
2.
hit 4, is it 2? Is it really
It's
2?
2.5 an hour is the
2.5
is the
an hour.
safest rule of thumb.
Okay.
Well, that's the
2.5 an
safest
hour.
rule of thumb.
Yeah, and I mean we abide by safest because that means that you're less likely to just immediately kill the casualty. 2.5 an hour, and then epi I think also stands by that, right? Because if you
Epi
hit
is
them
every
with more than
2
one,
minutes.
yeah, because if you hit them with one, their heart rate jumps a lot, and then if you hit them with the second one, they hit cardiac arrest thresholds, right?
I've never
Depending.
run into a situation where that matters. For epi, I will just say give them stick the casualty with an epi every 2 minutes until they wake up. Once you have already given blood. So if you do one every 2 minutes, it's effective in their system for 2 minutes. You don't wake them up faster by giving them more epinephrine, so don't bother.
I don't think I've ever been able to OD somebody on Epi in Ace without trying a lot. I mean, of course, obviously, if they're low blood and you give it to them, that's different, but not like pure OD.
Yep. Okay, with that said, we described morphine and epinephrine. If you'll note in your inventory, you have naloxone auto-injectors and adenosine auto-injectors. If you believe that they have been afflicted with overdose, say you gave them epi and they're in cardiac and you didn't realize that somebody else had given them epi or some shit like that, adenosine counteracts epinephrine. It'll wipe the effects essentially and reduce their heart rate. Naloxone will counteract morphine. Keep that in the back of your mind. I've never had to use these in session, but if you happen to encounter the rare occurrence where that happens, just remember that. Yeah, it's Narcan essentially. Okay. All right. Let's get 2 medics to obey. I can stick with Wahoo if we want, and then we'll. What casualties do we wanna run? We can run them easy if you want to start with that, Course Dog and Classic, or we can run them hard.
Give me something fucked up.
All right, we'll go with close to cardiac then. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Is it just me, or am I getting someone else to?
Classic's
Oh my
there
God.
with you.
I'm
Alright.
here to provide assistance if need, but
All right, Wahoo.
Oh, you're
What do you want?
Give me something middle of the road. Shot a few
gonna-
times, but not dead.
Oh my God.
We'll do type 2. We'll do it on the easier end.
My heart rate's going down. Riddle me that.
Oh dear.
and I'm on CPR Ghost Dog.
All right. Thank you,
Shooting the
class.
leg.
I've tourniqueted both the arm and the leg. I'm patching the chest. Classic is doing
Leg and
CPR.
arm done. Elastic on chest.
You said you're doing CPR, right, Classic?
Yeah, I'm doing CPR. You probably want to put
Alright.
blood into his arm right now.
I'm just gonna bandage the limbs real quick.
All right. And
Yeah.
Please come with me.
This
Sprint up and
person is
down that
very
hill.
lightly wounded, luckily, so this
Yeah.
is
I'm losing the battle.
perfect triage.
There we go.
They will wake up on their own because they have not lost a significant amount of blood. They've only lost some blood,
Yeah.
and you got to them. This is essentially this casualty simulates you getting to them in almost immediate fashion, and they haven't been hit with like a high caliber weapon.
Yeah.
All right. He's got a lot of pain, so at this point you'd probably talk to him and be like, "Hey, do you need pain management or something like that?" But otherwise, good to go.
All right.
Oh my god! I heard that. Holy shit! That's us if we don't fucking save his life, Ghost Dog. We gotta go.
Oh my God! It's like Squid Game.
All right, harder casualty or hardest casualty?
Let's go hardest.
Okay,
If you can manage the CPR for that.
absolutely. I'm here to assist.
Thank you.
Oh, I,
With the CPR while prone is you slightly move back every single time.
All right, imagine I'm a rifleman. How I'm standing nearby. What do you? how are
Okay,
you
Chesh,
thinking?
CPR on chest, quickly,
Working
swiftly.
it. Chesh, doing CPR.
So, Gorstog, what are you thinking?
Okay.
I'm thinking he needs a little bit of an epi shot, and then maybe a little bit more blood.
You are
Okay.
not dying on my watch.
What's his blood volume at?
Continue CPR.
Angelos,
lost a large
my
amount of blood.
Lankai.
Gotcha. Is that
Okay, let's shove some blood into
what
you.
stage is that? How close is that to like outright cardiac?
Oh my god, he's awake.
He shouldn't be.
That is
Oh my
insane
God.
that he's awake. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Oh my
I-
god.
Do you want me to fix that quick, Chesh?
Yeah, if you would, please. Thank you.
Janos, you are responsive. Congrats. What the fuck?
You shot him in the head and he's okay?
What the
Oh
fuck?
no, he was in a death animation. Never mind.
Getting saline in both
My
legs.
pistol is
Continuing
invisible,
CPR.
by the way.
Yep.
That happens sometimes. I don't know why. I'm gonna be real. That happened to Cornball one seating.
Hmm.
Alright, you can use the scroll wheel on the laptop interface to spawn yourself more casualties if you want to get more practice.
I can spawn you another Grosstar if you want to be ready.
Continuing
Uh,
casualty.
Okay, I'm gonna
Is it
quickly work
better
on the
to-
arms as
So
we
what's
keep
is type 4 the
CPR
most fucked
since
up one?
they're getting
Yes.
blood now.
Roger. Continuing CPR.
Classic, do you want to try one? Classic, your turn.
Is it best to wait until they're at like lost a lot amount or like a yellow blood amount until you put them in epinephrine?
You may want to
or
watch
is
out.
it
This
worth putting
body
it on
keeps
red?
slightly moving
That's the
away. It's trying to
safest-
escape.
If I remember correctly, but you can apply it even at the at the level just below that.
Okay.
Yeah, I will give drugs at lost a lot, provided that I'm able to watch the casualty, particularly their pulse. Because the less blood a casualty has in their body, the stronger impact a drug will have. So if somebody is full blood, all of it is still in them. Morphine really
Okay.
isn't going to slow down their heart all that much. But if they're hanging on by a thread and they have very little left, giving morphine is really
You can stop
gonna slow it.
CPR whenever they are stable.
Okay.
Helping CPR. No, if you're addressing a rifleman when stable, they won't know that, so it's best to avoid that and tell them when you want it, as you want it.
Oh, yeah.
because they're just riflemen. They're not paying attention. They're just doing CPR because you told them to.
They're here to
Yeah.
shoot things.
Yeah.
And
Am I not
also
a real
it's-
boy?
They're probably listening to the radio. They're hearing their fire team members shoot and get shot at. They're listening to people in a local yell at them. So it's really hard to give complicated orders to somebody.
Okay. Yeah.
So now
thank
that
you.
you're at this stage, Wahoo, what you can do is do that check Y unconscious or check response to continue assessing the casualty now that you've gotten them out of the red zone. To see
yeah,
if there's
they
anything
just
further you can do.
need blood. I may pump him a 250 if the 218 left doesn't get him up to yellow.
Check their blood pressure since we have some time, and then I can quickly talk about some extensions you can do with that.
87
a
over
note
58.
here. How long are you guys getting to feed blood right now for times?
I'm sorry?
I don't think I'm actually classified as a medic right now. Give me a second.
Oh.
I will check once this guy is.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
I'm popping him a 250.
Yeah, so
You are not a
blood
medic. You're
pressure
right.
of 87 over 58. An
Yes.
ideal blood pressure is 120 over 80, 120 over 60, something like that.
Wait, how fast should my blood giving be?
It's quite a bit higher than what we're at, which means you can afford to give them the 250. If it was like 110 over 75, I wouldn't bother because it means that their blood pressure is so close that they're just
Yeah.
on the threshold of lost some. And again, you have to ration your blood. But that's the kind of thing that you don't check under fire. You don't check when you have a mass cas. You just give blood out when you're under stress, and you can deal with the repercussions of that later.
Yeah, they should be
Wahoo.
waking up soon.
The
I might
next
pop
step,
a
yeah.
epi.
No matter what, once they're past this and they're still unconscious, if they haven't woken up immediately, hit them with epi. Epi just
Alright.
makes sure that they will wake up faster because it's a flat like 2.5 times bonus. I think if I remember correctly. In our settings.
Oh.
I think it's 12 seconds, Gorstock.
Oh, I'm at like 18 seconds.
Yeah, I'm at 18 seconds too.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. So epi
Yeah,
always.
I'm not a medic.
At least once. We should all be classified as medic. It's weird. I just use the normal BWMF framework.
Yeah.
Are
I
we?
think it's
What
18
are we?
seconds for me as well. I can see the complicated stuff, so I think we are medics, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
wouldn't be
think
able to
I-
push blood if we're not medics. I'm gonna be like that. Our
Yeah,
settings
no,
have
that
this-
is. It's just confusing because it is 25 for fluids.
Can I?
Wait, 25 fluids.
Oh my god, I'm
Or
being
18.
11
18.
seconds.
18.
I'm gonna steal this fellow's medical
try.
because there were so many tears on that body that it took like all of them.
Oh yeah, if you need more medical supplies, these boxes right next to the spawning stations have additional supplies for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna let homie sit for a moment.
These guys should be waking up.
Yeah, I don't know why he's not.
There's no more elastic bandages.
this-
Great.
Oh, there we
This one
go.
because I'd stopped for like 2 minutes.
He's awake.
Ah, okay.
Shall I take care of him?
Your leisure.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
I had the camera over and I just see Gorstock putting his heel through the guy's fucking head.
You are being rescued, sir.
It's a good thing these guys are ethereal, like they don't actually exist, because otherwise I think you'd have some
No,
very
they're like
angry
Mr.
press on
Meeseeks.
hand.
They're literally like Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty. I might be. Please tell me someone else. has
No,
one.
I get it. Yeah.
Thank you, Quiz.
Let me
Alright.
quote the most popular media. Do you get it? Please, do you get it?
No, I look. Lambda hasn't seen it. No one. I don't think any.
I haven't seen it, but I know what Mr. Meeseeks is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright. If you would wish to continue practicing, we can continue doing that. Otherwise, that covers pretty much. This is not meant to be like a super long class. This is pretty much what I had in mind.
Yeah.
Can I try like solo healing someone who's like giga fucked up?
Yeah, come
Yeah.
over to this one, and then I'll spawn you a type 4, which is the most fucked up. Ready?
Okay. All right.
then
And no
I'm-
Oh my
CPR.
God.
I'm the only one doing the CPR. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna be looking at the menu, but you're
Alright.
you're working this alone.
Hello, sir. How are you
Thank-
doing today? Oh, you're pretty bad for wear.
How fucked is he? Oh.
A good little bit of tourniqueting
dear.
won't solve. No, we got it. We got it. You're gonna be as good as new when I'm done with you. Also, remember, I don't know if it was said while I was AFK for that like 5 seconds, but always be talking to the unconscious person, because that's how they know that you're doing a good job.
Oh yeah, we didn't go over bedside
yeah.
manner, but bedside manner is kind of just at your whim.
Always, always be talking. If it's someone that you've saved 2 times before, you just say, "I'm not gonna help you this time," and then you help them anyways. You know, you got to put a little stress on them. If you're
Whenever
God.
Whenever Quiz saves me, he just starts insulting me.
It does help to have jokes, because
Quiz
for
has
the
told me not
casualty,
to stop meeting like this.
for the casualties that all they can see is like you are being treated, so
Yeah.
it can help to tell them like, oh, you're so fucked up, or like, you're gonna be fine, I'll have you up in a minute. It helps to set expectations, and in that moment the medic is the only person like in the game with them. They're looking at a black screen, obviously, so if you can be funny or engaging or just describe what the hell's going on, it can make time pass while you're running saline and keeping them from getting shot.
So that mod that we added that was like you are being treated is kind of a lifesaver, because I remember times where a medic would walk up to me as a casualty, say nothing, and then I wouldn't know if I was being treated because they're completely
My
silent
God.
the entire time. So at least now you can tell if you're being touched.
An even worse case scenario is a medic walks up to you, calls you dead, and then walks off while you're still unconscious.
That's
happened
That's happened to me
miserable.
before.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's already no longer in CPR. That's so sad.
Yeah, you didn't get a really hard.
That was not a hard level 4, but that's
No.
okay. I'm
What we
saving
can
him.
do, if you want to try it, Gorstog, I'm gonna have you for your next casualty go all the way back to the farthest screen over there. I'll spawn a type 4, and then you'll have to wait like 2 seconds before you can move to the casualty to simulate like movement time. That should put this
Okay.
guy into a way worse state for you.
Okay,
Because
okay. All right.
they spawn type 4 spawn at just above cardiac and then immediately bleed into cardiac.
Okay. So then, wait, I have a question for with CPR. I think I missed this part. So I shouldn't do if I do CPR with holes in him. He's gonna bleed out faster, right? I'm
Yeah,
speeding
it
him
pushes
up.
blood
Okay.
through the holes. Yeah.
All right, just making sure. Just
Beautiful.
making sure.
Yeah, CPR, unfortunately, being a medic is part art, part science.
Hell yeah.
The science is that they will usually bleed out faster than the cardiac arrest timer will kill them.
Gorstog, what the fuck? You didn't finish treating him.
What the fuck? I thought he's fine. What did I
He's
miss?
not. He's still missing.
Most of his blood, and he has
Yeah.
norepinephrine in him.
Oh, well, because I was
You
getting
didn't
ready
put
for
the
the other
saline
one.
in
I was
them.
getting ready for the other one. I was getting ready for the other one. I
No,
thought we were
finish
good.
your current casualty
Save
just so you
the-
can do
Oh
it.
my
one
God.
life, and then we'll let you add another one.
Oh my god.
Jesus, he just leaves the man on the ground. That's like I don't know if that's worse than finding a casualty and going, yeah, he's dead. You
I
half
mean,
treat him.
This
Go,
one-
yeah, okay.
We stabilized. Your medic has stabilized you out of cardiac.
Yeah, I said, don't worry, you'll
We're
wake
waiting
up
for
in 2
platoon medic
hours.
to come.
Hopefully you'll wake up soon, buddy. Don't worry. All right, and then what do I give you? Fucking epi time. Here comes the epi. Choo choo.
Uppies time. I always call carrying the casualty uppy time.
Oh my god.
It
back in.
infantilizes the casualty, which makes me feel better.
Look, that's
Why is
what
there-
I do to my casualties sometimes.
Shoot them.
Yeah, just once or twice.
Back
Like,
in
we've got the tools to fix those holes.
I mean, like when I did my medicing, like the first few times I tried medic, I would go, "Hello, my name is Gorstog, and I'm helping you." But I don't think that would have put the fear. I think now if I said that, that would make people more afraid than back then, because no
Now
one
that
knew who
people
I
know
was.
what your name is, I think
Yeah, I
they
go,
would, like,
"Hello, my
actually
name is
respawn.
Gorstog. I will be rescuing you today." That's like, and
If
then
I heard that on my black screen, I'd click
just press
respawn.
escape and respawn. Paste.
We're playing Forever Winter, and we're the exopilot.
Hello, my name is Gorstog. I am saving you. You are being saved.
Please
So
do not
Quiz,
resist.
you didn't die or anything from the fucking, what was that, like 8 epis I threw at you, right?
I did not. No.
PTSD kicks in.
My highest heart rate was 182. It looks like. So epinephrine is really hard to OD on.
Hit him with the second one, Gorstog, see what happens.
I'm giving him a second. I don't want to rush these things.
More epi means more awaker, right?
So for the math nerds, epinephrine wears off every 2 minutes, and it has a 15-second, I think, ramp-up time. So for the first 15 seconds it's in the system, it doesn't actually do anything, is what that means.
All right, good morning, sir.
All right.
You are saved.
God,
Oh my
Jesus fucking
God.
Christ. Gorstog, go to your timeout square next to the screen.
Where's the screen? Okay, so I'm going over like here.
The farthest one. As soon as I spawn the casualty, count down 5 seconds, like 1 Mississippi,
Alright.
2 Mississippi, 3
yeah.
Mississippi, and
I
then
got
move
you, I
to the
got you.
casualty.
I'm picking up
We
what
need
you're putting
people
down.
to stand in the way of Gorstog to act as riflemen, like surrounding the body.
Wow.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
Casualty. Hold. Casualty is spawned.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi,
okay,
4
hold on.
Mississippi, 5 Mississippi,
shoot
5,
him.
6 Mississippi. Oh my god, I've been shot too, but that's okay. That's
You
okay.
didn't-
Hello,
wait,
sir.
you moved
I
before
didn't
you
wait long
finished
enough.
counting.
Restart it, restart. I panicked because I got shot. I panicked because I got shot. Someone shot me in the leg.
Don't bandage yourself. Let yourself be happy.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
All right, respawn
Alright.
it, respawn it, respawn. Well, no, give me 5 seconds to respawn. Or
Yeah, I'll
bandage.
I'll server heal you 1 sec.
No,
It's
no,
true,
I shot him for a reason, because, you know, you will be
Yeah,
doing,
we-
you will have to trade
Alright,
your
spawn
blood
it.
volume for the casualties.
We have to make the
interesting.
obstacle course. Someone shoot just above crouched level.
All right,
We
all right.
need to tackle
Go
them
for
up.
the countdown out.
Are we rushing now? Or like, is this.
All right. Prep yourself.
sequence,
Remember,
Jarhead.
countdown 5. Finish the countdown, then move.
All right.
Casualty is spawned.
1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Wait, is it the one on the right or the one on the left?
Freddy!
Left,
Why
left.
is Freddy down? Freddy, no!
Hello, sir. I will be saving you. My name is Gorstog. Oh, you're doing fine, actually. That's actually not bad at all. Oh my god, easy clap. Sir,
Lost
Do you want to
a
make it
fair amount of
worse?
blood. No. You
Hey,
shoot them now, you'll kill them.
Someone take a look. This guy keeps falling back into cardiac.
Why?
I don't.
I told you some stuff is weird.
Oh dear, I accidentally pushed their body. Sorry about that.
Are you doing
that
okay,
is
sir?
weird. I'm gonna give him more saline.
It says should eventually wake up.
Yeah, that's
Right
weird.
now,
You
at
shouldn't
least.
be dropping into cardiac like that. I wonder if the script broke. Maybe it's forcing him into cardiac again.
You could probably
I
do
don't know. I
another
had one
epinephrine
delete
right now.
themselves.
All right.
Maybe-
Sorry,
maybe
I'm
It should be
reading
like 5.4 liters. That might be it. Yeah, I don't know.
Please hold still while I give you blood, sir. How are you doing?
Freddy,
today on a scale
Gorstog's
of 1
gonna
to
save
10?
you. Freddy, hold on. Don't go into the light. Gorstog's gonna
Freddy?
save you.
Who is Freddy? This is Thanos.
Is that the name of the game? Thanos,
His
have you ever
nickname's
heard of the
Freddy.
game by Psy Games made called Uma Musume Pretty Dirty?
Oh
No
no,
blood
kill
loss.
him now.
Where they-
Execute him on the floor.
That's
It's
what
all
I was
day.
looking for.
That's a heart rate of 158. That might be why.
No. I just gave him some painkillers.
It's a game
Hopefully
where they
it'll-
turned historical Japanese racehorses into anime girls, and you can train them and race them in races against each other.
There we go.
And it's
Somebody should shoot Gorstog in the leg a few times to have him treat his own wounds as well.
I can't believe it.
I kind of wished I could have
Okay.
broken his leg on the
In
way
a heartbeat.
Have him waddle all the
Look,
way.
if I knew I was gonna get shot, I would be fine with it. I panicked. I wasn't expecting to be shot in the.
Do you expect to get shot when you're performing medical?
I'm always expecting to get shot when I'm
There's
going
a
to the
high
post
chance,
office.
actually, especially if you're quiz.
Every
He kind of treats people out in the
single
open.
time I'm in the post office and I have a disgruntled employee, I'm like, and they reach in their pocket, I'm ready. I'm like, this is the one. That's like literally my mental every time. I'm like, this is the one.
I'm kicking dirt into Thanos' eyes. Hold on.
Hey, Gorstog, what's their pulse at?
Their pulse is doing fine.
How do you know that?
They're in cardiac arrest. They're in cardiac arrest. I don't need to check their pulse. I just need to do some CPR. I've been doing CPR. Have you not seen me be doing CPR? I do a bandage and then a CPR.
I'm aware. I'm just saying it is
Classic, this is
possible
the
for them
medic.
to gain a heart rate earlier than you think. So always
What?
This is who saves you.
I would recommend
I'm-
alternating CPR response, CPR response.
Trust me. If Gorstog's a medic, I'm slotting up medic.
Hello, sir. I have good news. You have no pulse, but you are in cardiac arrest, so you are okay. You are not dead, sir.
Oh, God.
Hello, casualty. I have bad news and I have good news. The bad news is there is no good news. The other bad news is you're in cardiac.
It's okay. Sir, I have more good news. You are officially done with all of your bandages. You just need blood and to not be in cardiac
I like how
arrest.
Gorstog is surrounded by riflemen and he doesn't. He says, "Fuck them, fuck those riflemen."
Yeah.
No, we told him to do it solo.
Sir,
Oh,
I have
that's
good
true, that's
news.
true,
You have a
that's true.
heart rate of 134. I'm
Now,
going to be
Gorstog, what you do
removing.
God,
is you demand his
dude.
watch.
I wish the AI moaned like how players do every 30 seconds.
I hate that. It doesn't.
It's
not
immersive,
loud
Lambda.
enough. Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. I've never had it save somebody from being ungone.
It's funny.
I still think my favorite one.
It
My
is funny.
favorite one is Newcomb going up to Bailey. His first mission. Checks Bailey. Right next. Quiz is like, yo, can you check Bailey and see if she's alive? Newcomb goes and checks. Nah, she's dead. Walks away, and then she death ragdolls on the ground, and Quiz just kind of stares, thinking, damn, Newcomb, how could you fuck up so badly? I still think about that. And me and Gabo still make fun of Newcomb for that.
Classic,
Alright,
do
sir, I
you
have
do
good
something
news.
similar?
If it's any consolation, I don't remember that at all.
Oh my god.
Just another day in the office.
Oh,
What the fuck?
that's gonna do that.
It's the only way to clear them.
Sir, I'm giving you an epi jab, and then you will be a-okay.
Are you ready,
You will
Classic?
wake up soon.
It's your turn.
Or
No,
sick.
Gorstog, keep shooting your casual. Oh, he's awake. Never mind. You're
He's
good.
okay, yeah, he's okay. What do you mean? I would never walk away from a
I
casualty.
was getting a
Oh,
drink.
here's a challenge for you. Who wants to do this challenge? You have two
okay, then.
casualties, each of varying of wound capabilities, and you have to treat both of them at the same time, as if you have
Alright,
like
Gorstog,
a
go.
casualty.
Me
And you
go?
have one rifleman who can only bandage.
Okay.
Why
You
are
sure
we
you
letting
wanna try
Gorstag do all this? Gorstag
No,
isn't
okay,
a medic
someone else do it,
ever.
someone- I mean, no, okay,
Yeah.
look, listen.
But he
Maybe
will
I
be.
want, maybe I
You
used
should
to
get
medic.
Classic to do it.
Why, what?
I mean, we can
Okay.
make them both do it. Like, we have infinite Mr. Meeseeks
I'll
here.
pretend to be.
I'm just
Alright.
gonna start on the first casualty, and the one you spawn them. I'll look at the other one.
Oh, you should go back to
Yeah,
the
go back
we'll
to
do
it,
5-second
and
countdown.
we'll both spawn one at the same time.
And then I'll provide.
What
I'll
what
provide
type are you
immersive
doing,
fire.
Quiz? I'm gonna do max.
Okay, I'll do.
You're
I'll
fucking
I'll
thing.
surprise them. I'm not gonna tell them.
Okay,
Thank you.
That's the
all right.
spirit.
I think.
Go ahead.
Tell me when.
No.
All right, 3, 2, 1, spawning.
1, 2.
Wait, hold. They're not actually spawning. They're going through the. Okay, spawned. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like how I immediately heard gunshots. Okay, this person is.
Who's the rifleman helping them?
Oh, me, I guess. Whoops.
Quiz,
Alright.
do you want to go on the other person I'm not on and start bandaging their arms, please?
Yep.
Man, 300 meters.
Wanna be attacked?
north.
I'm waiting for one of the bullets to hit me.
I was really worried about shooting you accidentally.
Final practical
getting
is that
closer.
we have a fire team attack.
All right, my casualties bandaged.
Wait,
What do you want me to do?
I can only make Quiz bandage. I can't ask him to do CPR. Quiz, can you perform CPR on this person?
Yep. And that is an excellent point. You didn't hear an answer of like, what are you allowed to order the person to do? So you ordered them to help. That is the good way to do that. if you're in a casualty situation and the fire team leader is down or not responsive because they're shooting, just like tell people to do things. In that moment, you're not the leader in the chain of command, but you're the leader in as much as you know what is about to happen and nobody else does. So try and get people whipped into shape a little bit.
Medic overrides command in moments of casualties.
This is just like in Uma Musume when they noise train the horses and they make loud noises to scare the horses and get them used to loud noises while racing.
Christ.
Distraction training is a very real aspect in a lot of sports and careers.
Especially when it comes to horse girls, let me
Horse
just
dog,
say.
stand still.
Hey, Classic, my casualty's bleeding from the leg again. Do you want me to stop CPR and bandage them?
No, continue CPR. I got.
I think one of our volunteers got over it.
Yeah, it's interesting. That wasn't there a few seconds ago.
Horse dog.
What's up?
I was shooting at you.
Who's shooting?
Did
Why
you
would
shoot the casualty?
No, why would I shoot the casualties?
And
I-
there's
you want me
the
to
answer
stop
from the
CPR?
FTL, by the way. Keep going. They're still in pretty bad.
I've been throwing smoke grenades and talking about horse girls. I don't know what you want
Unfortunately,
from me.
the leg that got shot was the leg that was transferring saline into them. So
Oh,
my
no.
God.
So
It
all they did
canceled
is they
out.
shot the central line off, so there was no
Yes.
more blood going in.
Hey, Gorse dog died.
Wait, what?
This is okay.
Yeah,
This
Gorse
is fine.
dog is Gorse dog.
Awahu, this is your
fell.
test. Awahu, this is your test. It's time. Time
I'm
to
working.
put
I'm
your-
working.
Oh my god.
Why did he get so fucked up? What-
You jumped off, I imagine.
I think he glitched into a
Okay,
chair.
you're good on CPR.
Canceling.
Good work, Panos.
There we go. You're
Oh, I'm
awake.
awake.
Welcome
Oh, yeah.
back. As I said, I think all that happened was you Armud.
No, I jumped off the thingy.
Oh, okay.
Once we're done with this, do we want to try like a mass cas simulation?
That'd be fun.
I'll hold
can
the grenade
spawn-
if we all want to gather up.
No, we can spawn multiple bad casualties. You don't have to spawn one at a time. You can, as soon as one spawns, you can just queue it up another one.
You said, do you want to
Oh.
practice a mass cast? And I immediately pulled out my rifle and put it on full auto.
Oh my god!
I can
Why
see
are you
how
all
this
so
goes.
bloodthirsty?
I heard the click. Okay, the other
Like
person.
the combat and combat medic.
Look, for once, don't get
That's the only kind of combat Chesh or Quiz knows, Chesh.
that in friendly fire.
That-
That's what I'm talking about. You only know.
Well, no, in this
Oh my
case,
God,
you're
the
all my
buddies.
enemies.
Gorse dog.
They should wake up.
Oh my
if
God,
you're
I'm
in
fucked
doubt,
up.
check the Y unconscious at the head. That'll
Yeah,
tell
it
you-
says low blood pressure, but they're getting more. I'm gonna give them another 500 actually, and then
Yeah, I don't. My opinion on blood pressure changed about 6 months ago. I'm pretty sure now that it is always better to just try and fill them as much up as they can, and they'll wake up faster because of it. I used to try and ride the line of like, give them the least that I can, but people were staying unconscious for way too long. So
Quiz, you should
Yeah.
try in a TVT pre-medding. You pack yourself with 1,000 in a tourniquet
done that.
limb.
oh, tourniquet limb? No, I just run 1,000 right before I run in, and then
Oh my god.
Wait, does that? Oh my God, that'd be kind of sick. The
works.
tourniquet limb, just like, oh shit, I've lost some blood.
I
Time to
can't.
pop the tourniquet.
Yeah, the only bad part is that you get pain off of it, so you get very wavy after a bit.
so pre-inject morphine into the same limb.
No, different limb has morphine. You have to take that one off afterwards.
yeah, you put it tourniquet the other arm with morphine.
Right arm has the
Just hope
morphine,
you get
left
your
arm
right
has
limb.
therapy.
No.
The leg has naloxone, and the other leg has fucking.
1 liter of
Adenosine.
fluids. Why is my leg so swollen up? Oh, it's the fucking 1.5 liters of fluid I put in before.
No, put the bag of saline on the back of your helmet to counterweight the nods, and then it'll fall in faster too. Gives it gravity or
Oh
whatever.
my God.
You know, be a
Oh,
really
no.
cool Ace feature that no one would use.
Wait, hold on.
Is
Which
if you
one
have a
cures
dude next to
morphine?
you can hook up a bloodline from the dude who's still
Gorst.
alive
Gorst
to the
dog.
casualty.
What are we, the Rangers?
Gorst,
I was
okay,
literally
running
thinking of that.
naloxone into
Oh
Gorst
my
dog, he OD'd
God.
on morphine. Running
Anyways,
blood into
both of my
left arm.
patients woke up.
You did it, classic. Good work.
What if we just
Ta-da.
pick him up and
So
take
long
him
to wake
away?
up. Oh my god. Would you?
Alright.
Can someone check response on Gorst dog?
Chesh, why did you?
I didn't do anything.
Sure.
Cardiac arrest. Someone should
Yeah.
be doing CPR.
I'll start on it.
Chesh, did you
What if we
run
just leave
epi into
him?
the person in cardiac?
It'll fix his heart. It'll restart it, right? It's like
Wait,
shocking
okay.
it.
What if we put more morphine into him? Do you think it'll like reach integer
It
overload?
overrides it.
Continuing CPR.
Integer overload is a good way to think about it, but I don't think that's how blood works.
What if we just put?
I think
You
it
know,
is.
there's a lot of stuff in his blood. What if we just shoot it so the blood comes out along with the drugs when we put more blood
That's
in?
true.
I don't know if that works, but I really
Wait.
wish it did.
Gorstog shot my patient, right?
We can't shoot it. Well, okay. I guess we'll
Oh
shoot
my
it well.
god.
How does it feel, fucker?
I'm.
You can't keep shooting epis into him.
He's gonna wake up
Please.
eventually, right?
He's still in cardiac arrest.
Please, I'm putting another epi into him. Please, wake up.
Yeah, he'll wake up eventually. I think.
I don't know if I'm helping by continuing to do CPR, but
Oh, he coughed.
I don't know.
You got something in your lung, Gorse dog?
Someone kicked dirt into his throat.
Oh, there.
oh, Garstock
He's
is
awake.
He's in severe pain. He needs morphine.
How am I looking?
All right, everyone get morphine in.
Oh,
How am I looking?
Wait, I'm tourniqueting the left
Oh,
leg.
get away from me!
Stop running, sir. Stop running.
All right, once you
Get away from me.
geniuses are done shooting each other, let's get this mass cast going.
Watching Liam the goat stop running away, sir, then unloading an entire magazine in a Gorstog's leg.
My
Oh
God.
shit! The mass cast
Oh
is
my
going,
God.
guys.
Oh,
get back.
shit.
Okay, right.
Oh, they're just dropping. They're just dropping.
I'm
Okay,
working
this
left
person
to
that's
right.
awake is I'm working
I got Marcos.
right to
I
left.
got this fucker right
At
here.
least he's
Hello,
fine.
Dimitri. Are you okay? Okay, Dimitri's fine.
Hey, we got a lot of
Nicholas.
casualties and not enough tourniquets. If they've only got cuts, use elastics.
Tourniqueting left leg on Legos.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Bandaging chest and head.
This guy's fine.
This would be a really fucked up day if this is how many casualties we had in a mission.
I mean, here's the thing: is they're usually all dead. If it's a group that was in space, they got hit with something, and they're all dead.
Did somebody...
They're quasi-stable.
Oh, this guy's really fucked up. Hey, I need somebody with me and Marco
On you.
Costas. Can somebody
here,
start
I'm here.
CPR?
Marco Costas is stable. Marco Costas is stable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pushing
Oh,
safe.
man, if only we use the tags.
I can't believe
Oh, true.
It'd be a good place
Lim
for it.
doesn't want me to
really.
break his rib cage by pumping him.
That's a different thing.
What do you mean? I'm
The
Okay, I'm
downside
back.
of the tags is that by the time you get fast enough to, like, tag someone accurately, you're also fast enough to just look at the person and determine what they're at.
wait. How do I check my tag? Where is
The
that?
tags are for other people, though.
So, Gorstog, if you open the medical menu on somebody and look under their feet, you can see none. If you click none, it'll show you a couple different options, and those are the
Oh,
triage tags.
Wait, Wiz, what does mine say then? How do I check mine?
Deceased.
By default, it's
Working
none.
right
Why am
on Chesh.
He's right on the verge of cardiac. Yeah.
I've got this person.
I'm gonna go
Classic,
check
are you
the
running
Lovely.
blood?
casualties.
I am running.
This person's
Copy.
fine.
All right, and just like that, it's no longer a mass cast. It's 3 stable people. One medic from here could be just. I mean, one medic could have been just fine 2 minutes ago.
Yep.
But
You know,
important
the issue
part
with
is-
this.
Go ahead.
No, go.
The important part is we all ran to a different casualty, which probably won't happen in a mass cas with riflemen. So it's really important to say like, hey, blue team, go to this casualty. Red team, go to this casualty. Green team, pull security. Stuff like that.
When I watch all of the fire team members crowd around this single casualty and leave the other 4 dudes on the ground.
Ace, that's my favorite.
Reminder, don't morphine until they're conscious, please.
Yeah.
I don't think we said that explicitly, but
I'm gonna get this fellow a bit away from
if we're
me.
talking about
Also,
increasing
They're
uncon
stable,
times,
just waiting for
Another
The-
500 on him.
Also,
Yeah,
something
I'd
I would like to
say-
add that SJ mentioned, and I've been thinking about it ever since he mentioned it. If you're a medic and you need to go check on someone, and you know you watch them get shot and go down, don't be afraid to throw a smoke grenade at them before approaching them. Because if they got shot, you'll probably get shot when you're coming up to them.
Yeah, if we go
Chris,
back to the
Chris said that.
slides.
That was
yeah,
SJ.
Something.
That's,
Something I realized with people in BWs, they don't throw smokes.
SJ
Well,
had that
so-
realization.
Smokes, sometimes they can harm more than they help. They are you have to assess the situation. You have to understand when the right time is. If you throw smokes willy-nilly, you can actually enable the enemy to get closer to you because you can't see out.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're a medic and you have a casualty, smoke is fine in that situation. But yeah, hold on. Go back
Smoke.
to responsibilities really quick. Secure the scene, retrieve the casualty, assess the casualty. Secure the scene involves smoking up.
It talked about clearing and not immediately following them out into the street to get shot.
Yeah. Bodies
do have to
make
say-
bodies. Remember that.
Yeah, smoking and retreating works only if you do the second part.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just letting
Otherwise, it
the enemy get
becomes
close.
smoking and getting overrun.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't just morphine too early.
All right.
That's
well,
fine.
Well,
Congratulations.
if they fall over, you did. But
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
you didn't.
You can
This
see
has-
you can see a pleasure dome over there.
If
This
somebody
is
is conscious,
completed
Oh.
Oh. I think they're in. Oh, that's
Oh.
just.
I
no,
think
they're,
they're all
they're
just
expiring.
dying.
They're expiring. Don't worry about it.
saved.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my god!
Congratulations. You have completed the intermediate medic seminar that we've had. Hopefully this has been a fulfilling experience, and you are now prepared to go into session and save the fuck out of BW members.
Thank you,
I am
Chesheire.
ready to shoot Quiz in the legs.
All right,
That was
vengeance for every
Ghost Dog.
single other time.
I've done nothing wrong. My legs.
Give him morphine.
I've
Give
done
him
nothing
morphine.
wrong.
Quick, get his ass.
Get away. Back, you terrorists.
Hold him
Back,
still. Hold him still. No, he went too far.
Get away.
Get him morphine.
Get away.
Give him
My
morphine. Halt
legs
him.
are broken.
Don't let him move. Body block him. Body block him.
I almost
I'm
bandaged him.
made.
I'm sorry to ruin your outro.
No, that's
Oh
fine. We're
my
done here.
God.
I'm getting morphine in.
So much morphine.
Morphine his
I'm
ass.
mor-
You can't move. Morphine his ass.
Get his other leg! Get his other leg!
I think. Oh no, he's alive. Barely.
Why is he so
not
fucked
for
up across
long.
the entire part of his body?
he got armored. He was.
He's in pain, everybody. He's in
the
pain.
blocks.
We need
Oh,
to
okay.
solve the
morphine.
pain.
Morphine.
Get back here, bozo.
Shoot the legs! Shoot the legs!
You don't want.
Chesh, if you hadn't given yourself naloxone, you would have fallen unconscious
Yeah.
faster. I hope you're aware.
AI
It would've
Ghost
been
Dogs
really
and
bad.
cardiac.
Okay, so Chesh responded by trying to counter TQ me. When I tried to dose classic, they shot me in the head.
Much more efficient that way.
Noted.
Much more efficient.
I got you, Quiz.
Thanks, I got classic. I don't got classic.
Preventative measures.
You hit me, but first shot killed me.
Oh, I don't have a frag grenade. Well, thank
I
you.
can't believe.
What exploded?
My body, sorry. Smile.
You sneezed.
We were playing Bourbon games, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, true. I was wearing the Helldivers armor.